Listen, I got too.
Alright, how's it going, everybody? This is Omar Thabby here. I was about to call myself Mr. Thabby here. I thought I was teaching for a second. This is Omar Thabby here, and we are live on Motivate Me 313. We have an all-star panel with us today. We have a great debate today as well that is going to be a fun one. So either you're watching now or you're watching later. Feel free to chime in, share your thoughts on who's talking that right talk or who's not making any sense. But with that said, like I said, you got myself, you got Moti. The debate night team is here. Moti and All-Star. Kareem Abdullah put a question mark. Moti and All-Star, so that's what he's asking. Yes, Moti is an All-Star. I just want to let you know, Kareem. Dave will be popping in. He's also part of the panel. But with that said, let me introduce the people. Next to me on the Zoom call, you have Coach DJ, Coach Dennis Foster, head coach of CTM basketball / Hamtramck Cosmo basketball varsity team. Rocking the H right now, rocking the H hat. He's been on the show before. Him and Moti was debating the other night, and also we interviewed him. Shout out to Coach DJ. He's in the building. Next to him in his car right now he's going to eventually get home eventually. Coach Leo Wells. Coach Leo, former coach of Hamtramck Cosmos varsity football team. By the way, representing football. Obviously, Coach DJ is representing basketball. Also, Coach Leo, football legend. Dennis Foster, basketball legend. Look him up. Ask around. You should know them. And then below Coach Leo, you have head coach of Hamtramck City FC soccer team and former soccer legend at Hamtramck Cosmos. If y'all see that 2007 district title thing in Hamtramck where y'all be driving around, y'all see him at the red lights. That was Wafi's squad. Wafi, were you the captain of that team too, or what?
No, I was a junior at that time.
Okay, he was a junior. My bad. Well, anyways, Wafi was definitely a baller though. If y'all remember that time, anybody watching from back then, Wafi was definitely the man of the hour of that team as well. You know, we got a panel, like I said. Dave Favre should be coming in. The topic today is which sport challenged you the most mentally and physically. Obviously, we got some more questions within that. So the way I'm going to have you guys introduce yourself is by asking the questions, because I wanted y'all to kind of talk about yourselves a little bit about when I ask the questions. So first and foremost is my question. I'm going to start off with you, Wafi. I'm going to let you go first. Is how has your sport, which is soccer, you played soccer most of your life. I don't know if you played any other sports, but I know soccer was your sport, right? And you're representing soccer today. So how has soccer shaped you into the person you are today, Wafi?
Oh, man. Well, first of all, thank you for having me here, man. Really appreciate it. Oh, man, it taught me a lot, man. Soccer, when it comes down to, growing up, especially coming from Yemen, that was the only sport we know. It's just soccer, It taught me discipline. It taught me a lot of stuff, how to work as a team, how to help others. It really made me the person who I am right now. I don't know if you guys watch football. Watch soccer. Well, before I even start, soccer, it's only here in America. Once you leave the U.S., they don't know what soccer is. It's called football.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that for sure.
Yeah. So when I say football, you guys know exactly I'm talking about soccer.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys watch soccer or football, especially the Champions League, the World Cup. They always have banner where it says no to racism.
Yes.
So it taught us that too. Like, this is a worldwide group. No matter where you came from, no matter if you're poor, because soccer is different where you don't have to go to college. You don't have to be a college player to play professional.
Yep.
So no matter where you came from, no matter we don't care about your background. We don't care about anything. You don't know how to kick a soccer ball. Boom, you're in the team. So it taught me a lot. It taught me how to be mature. It's a lot of stuff, man. That's why we call it the beautiful game.
Yeah, hey, I like that. He already came out with an opening statement. He's saying facts right now. Coach Leo, I'm going to go to you next. I know you're driving right now, but I wanted to ask you the next question. I just want to let you know you're also muted, Coach Leo, so whenever you're ready to talk, to unmute yourself. But Coach Leo, obviously you're here to represent football. You've played other sports as well. So how did football shape you into the person you are today, Coach Leo?
Well, as everybody knows, man, football is a very tough and difficult game. And everybody just can't play football. there's definitely a physical aspect to it that kind of separates itself from everything else. And there's the factor of, the way it shaped me is, it gave me, everything as far as my discipline, as far as how I learn new things, how I apply those things. You got to work in a team setting. And it's just a hard thing to do. When I first started playing football as a youth, I wouldn't say I was a tough guy or anything. And it really toughened me up. I was a basketball player. I played baseball. I played soccer. Growing up, I didn't really play football until right before I got in high school. And, it really taught me like a lot of life lessons, toughened me up really, really quick. You get out there, you start thumping the pads around, man. You're gonna learn who the men are and who the boys are. So as far as like, the life lessons it's taught me, the discipline it's gave me, the hard work it's instilled in me. Football. I don't think anything kind of molds you like football does. Because there's a physical and a mental aspect that comes to that, man. It's a physical aspect in that when you got this big old dude running up on you, and you got to take him down. You're not doing that on the soccer field. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing that on the basketball court. No offense either or. No offense to DJ. We hoop together. You know what I'm saying? And I played soccer as a youth. You know what I'm saying? I played baseball too, all the way through high school, man. But football, man, there's that aspect of football, man, that is just like, to me, it's a little bit notch above everything else, man. That really brings that fire out of you. Really shapes and molds you.
For sure. And I love how everybody's opening statement, they're representing their sport as well. Coach DJ, it's your turn. Basketball, you were smirking a little bit when Coach Leo was talking. So, how has basketball shaped you into the person you are today? By the way, you guys are all coaches too. They're all coaches on this panel, so they can also talk about how they can see it with their own two eyes, how it shaped other young men and women as well. They've coached women as well. But yeah, go ahead, Coach DJ.
Well, basketball saved my life. That's all I had. So my coaching methods and my styles is a little different from a lot of other people's, because this was the only thing I can do coming up. If it wasn't for basketball, I'd probably be in jail somewhere. I'm not even going to. So basketball shaped me. One thing with like what Leo was saying, like football, soccer, those are physical sports, and I don't think it's a sport. It's big. It's physical than football, but like basketball is a more mental thing. I think and I'll say it. Basketball is prima donnas. We prima donnas for real. We want to be cuddled. We want to be loved mentally, and all this and all that. We don't want to lift weights. We don't want to do none of that. We just want to go out and hoop. But the way I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for basketball. Basketball has really shown me the world. I've been overseas hooping, and it's just because of a round ball. So it shaped me into the person I am right now. You know what I'm saying? As far as being able to travel the world, seeing the different parts of the world, and just hooping.
Yeah.
Just off the ball.
For sure, man. For sure. Thank you for sharing that. And then Moti, I know you played all sports, not soccer, but baseball, basketball, and football. So just in general, how has sports shaped you into the person you are today? Just for you want to share that.
Yeah, man. First of all, I need you to introduce me the right way. I am also a legend.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Moti is definitely a legend. Definitely a sports legend, by the way.
Also, I did play soccer. I was Captain Maggot. But yeah, man, sports played a huge role. Well, you know that, like growing up, man, we started young with sports, and we started in the streets, and I think that's where we got our game from the streets. And then once we played organized sports, Wafi and Coach Leo and Coach DJ, they all mentioned it. It taught you discipline. It taught you how to play the game with others. You know what I'm saying? And that translates to life. Once you begin your life and you begin, you know what I'm saying, get your job. Sports play a big role in your life. Even in your marriage, even with kids. Like sports to me played a huge role in my life.
Yeah, for sure. And we already got people commenting. Kareem saying baseball and football. My wife saying soccer or football, American football, that is. Then we got a thumbs up, and then we got people laughing, and then Moti's wife saying that he is a legend. So Moti's getting a shout out from the wifey as well. All right, so my next question I was gonna say is, I know y'all all, like I said, legends, and I wanted y'all to quickly share like a great, most memorable moment for you guys, just for the people out there that are watching, just to hear it, and then we can get on with the debatable questions. So I'm gonna start off with Coach DJ on this one. What was the most memorable moment you had in basketball that you probably had? And it could be Hamtramck related. It doesn't have to be Hamtramck related if you wanted.
Memorable moment. When I won the cup in Ireland. I went to Ireland. I was on a Super League team. I was playing on the Super League team. I went there for a weekend. I went there, we played all that weekend. And coach at the time, they had a new coach coming in. The coach at the time was playing me because I was small. He liked big guards. So the first game, we had 3 games, back to back to back, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He said he wanted to see if I could score. Went out and scored 40-something points. Then he wanted to see if I could rebound. Then I had a triple-double. I had like 40-something points, like 15 rebounds, and like 14 assists. Then he said he wanted, I'm too small. He wanted to see if I could check somebody. I'm like, cool. So I had to check this 6'8" dude from LA. You know what I'm saying? Shut him down. He only had like 4 or 5 points or something like that. So he ended up releasing me. I went to this team called Sligo All-Stars in Ireland. I just went to that team. They picked me up. We played them, but they picked me up. I went there. They had never won a cup before. And went there. We went undefeated. We won the cup. And that was the first time ever, that team winning. And it was like a big parade. And like, it was crazy. I was like Iverson over there. So it was just crazy. And that's the most memorable moment I had with basketball.
There we go. And by the way, that's a professional teams and overseas, by the way. So that's pro ball he was just mentioning as well. Coach Leo, I'm going to dish it to you now. What was your most memorable moment in football that you had growing up?
Let me see, man. I had a lot of memorable moments. I played football for a long time. Played in high school. Played in college at Wayne State. I played pro ball in the Arena Football League. If I say I had to go to high school, probably the first big moment comes to mind is we won the conference championship my junior year. The first conference championship they had won in football in something like 20 years and haven't won another one since. So that stands out for me. Probably the most memorable game in high school, my senior year. We were still in the hunt to win the title. In the conference, we're playing against Willard East at East. I think East was either undefeated or had 1 loss. There was a big rival. There was a lot of shit talking back and forth. We just went out there and just beat their ass, like 56-20. And I had like 250 yards and like 5 touchdowns, and it was a memorable game, man. Because like the amount of shit talking that was going on back and forth. They actually we had played on Saturday the week before at Harper Woods, and they actually came to the game and were just standing on our sideline just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of the things like, all right, we see y'all next week. This is what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So that probably stands out. Probably in college, I would say the first game I played in as in college, we played at Northern Iowa, which is a Division I school, and it was memorable just because all right, man, I'm right, man. I'm in this beautiful stadium. We on the road. This is I'm playing ball. I'm playing ball on the next level. And then my senior year of college, at homecoming, big win. Took an interception, 91 yards to the house. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm skillful for like that. I play D-line. I got hands and shit. You know what I'm saying?
All day.
Check my rushing stats in high school and all my records and shit. Yeah. Until A-Rod got there and broke my shit. But, whatever. I had him, though.
For sure.
Everybody records, though.
Yeah.
A-Rod was a beast.
A-Rod was definitely a beast, but thank you for sharing that. By the way, your senior year, did you end up winning the Conf Metro, or was it just your junior year?
Just my junior year. We finished second my sophomore year and second my senior year.
Well, by the way, a record that, like he mentioned before, still intact till this day, man. So it's been a while since I was about to say MSU. Hamtramck won the conference. So shout out to Coach Leo and Wafi Alriyashi. Shout out to Coach Wafi right here. He's in the building. What was your most memorable moment in soccer? Was it the districts? Because I was at that game, and that was an exciting, crazy game, by the way. I just want to let you know. But what was your most?
No, I think winning the Metro Conference, man. But it just I've been here for a long time, and to be part of the team that won it for the first time, and I think throughout the whole season we had one loss. Man, I think and that what made it special. Right after us, there was a football homecoming game.
Oh yeah, that was the game I was talking about right there.
So the fans, Keyworth was packed.
Yeah.
And oh man, it's playing under that pressure. It was crazy to the point, man, where after the game ended, well, because that game was for the playoffs. It wasn't for the Metro Conference. So we already won the league, but they never told us that. They're giving us a trophy. So that game was for the playoffs. We lost the playoff finals. And then I don't know if you remember Mr. Victor.
Yeah.
Yes, he walked down with the trophy going to the other team while we on the sideline just looking down like, damn, we let our fans down. And then he turned and walked toward us where it's like we won the World Cup.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and now and after that, just driving through Hamtramck and seeing that sign posting up, you know what I'm saying? It makes you feel proud.
It does. It definitely does.
Yeah, and that's playing wise, but just in general, I think the best memory ever is just in soccer life in general is when I first watched a professional soccer game. It was in the big house. And that day we broke the record. It was the most watched game in U.S. history. I think about 110,000 people attended.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. It was when Barcelona came.
No, it was when Manchester United versus Real Madrid. It was back in 2014.
Okay.
And just part of it was because soccer here is not a big thing.
Yeah.
So being get that chance to have that, even going to college. We got some scholarships, but it was like a D3 league. It wasn't that big, but that's about it for soccer.
All right, well there you go. And then Moti, you want to share your most memorable moment that you had in sports? I wonder what sport you're gonna pick, so that's why I'm trying to hear which one is your most memorable.
Well, I'm gonna go with basketball and baseball real quick. In football we didn't win a lot, but my most memorable was making the all-conference team, and coming from my background and my stature, it was a big deal for me, you know what I'm saying? And, like I said, we didn't win a lot, but individual accolade, that was big for me, man. And then, but in basketball, also, I made all-conference too. That was huge, but my most memorable moment was when we beat the number one team in the conference, which was Clarenceville that year. They had two players that played Division I college basketball. I think they went to Cleveland State, and we beat them. Not only we beat them, we blew them out. I think it was like 98-72 final score. So that was like a great moment that year. And also, we didn't win a lot in basketball. And that year, we were like fourth in the conference, which was huge. So yeah,
definitely. And Coach DJ is listening right now. And he's like, fourth. I would not be happy with fourth, but. It's changed times, Coach DJ, all right? We was happy with fourth, all right? We just want to let you know fourth was all right.
DJ. tell them what we did in hoops that senior year, man.
Boy. And I was
blew everybody ass out.
My most memorable moment in Hamtramck is when we beat Finney, number 2 ranked team.
Wallace hit the shot.
I put the VHS tape downstairs. I got the tape. But that moment, but you know what I'm saying? I had a humbling moment too, though.
You said you got dunked on. Is that what you said, Coach DJ?
Yeah, I did. It was my sophomore year. It was my sophomore year. We were playing Travis Collin in the district championship. When it was, I forgot what gym it was at, but Hamtramck had a little section.
At Notre Dame.
It was at Notre Dame. We had a little section going up, and the whole gym was full of them. And Travis, they came out. It was St. Clair Shores. They came out, and we about to pop these boys, whatever. Man, Travis Collin, they threw a press on. He ripped me a half court, He ripped me at half court and said, "Come on, little fella," turned around and reverse dunked.
Oh.
He was like, "You'll see me next year in Michigan, baby." That was the most humbling moment. I almost cried. If it wasn't for Fika, I would have cried.
Hey, is it all right? Is it all right if we laugh right now? Because I know those moments definitely.
That was my humbling moment. I was like, "Yeah, I gotta get in the gym.
No, for sure, man. For sure. Those memories are always great. I mean, you know, they're always nice to share those memories. But we are now going to move on to the segment where you guys are going to represent your sport and explain to us why it is the most physically and mentally challenging sport out of them all. So let's start with physically, and I'm going to start off with Coach Leo, then we'll go to Wafi right after. So why does your sport, and I know football is kind of blatant, obvious, but why does your sport physically challenge a person the most?
Listen, man, it's real easy, bro. Omar, how many football games do you play a week at every level?
One, the
how
most.
Many games?
One
game, right? Every level. You play one game a week, right?
Exactly.
You need the rest of that week to recover, play another game. You ain't playing every day. You're not playing 3 games a week. You ain't playing 4 games a week. You play one game a week, bro, because it's that physically taxing out there, man. All the running, the hitting, you know what I'm saying? A typical football play only lasts 7 to 8 seconds, man. But a lot's going on in that, you know what I'm saying? And it's the whole process of playing football is crazy, man. Like say you start with your summer camps, right? So you're in camp doing 2 days. You know they got rid of a lot of that stuff now, but back when I playing in high school and college, man, I mean, you 2 days, you thumping both practices. You know, you out there 90-degree weather, you know what I'm saying, getting ready, you know what I'm saying, you know, your body's building a callus, man, so you can get through the season. Then you get to the end of the season, and it's cold as hell. You outside in the elements, you playing, man, it's physically taxing. And it's like I said, man, it's a reason why you play one game a week, man. No level, Pee Wee level, high school, college, whatever, man. You playing one game a week, bro. You know what I'm saying? You play 3 or 4 football games a week, you wouldn't last, bro. It's not possible.
There you go.
So on a physical level, man, it's football all day, bro.
All right, well that's Coach Leo's statement on physicality. Wafi Alriyashi, why is soccer the most physically challenging sport out of them all?
Okay, it needs a lot. It needs a lot of work. Soccer, see, you can, like basketball, football, you can be a 300-pound 7-footer and still play.
Yeah.
And soccer, you can't do that. Like you have to be top athlete in order for you to compete. You're talking about 120 yards long, and then you're talking about between 40 to 90 yards width.
Yeah.
So every soccer player runs about between 5 to 8 miles a game. And there's 22 players chasing one ball. You can't. It's tough. It needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of physical work. You can't, like I told you, you can't be a 300-pound and play. You know what I mean? And it needs a lot of, like he said, some like professional wise, playing more than 2 games a week can be tough. Yeah. But they still manage to do it because they have to be in that level. You know, and there's different competitions. There's like football, you only have one, like, you know, the NFL. Basketball, you know, like we're talking about, you know, professional wise. You only have NBA. Where soccer, you have in the same year, you're playing the league, which is for every country. And then you're playing, let's say, Champions League for Europe, which is they take the best clubs out of Europe and play in the Champions League. Then you have the World Cup every 4 years. Then you have, let's say, for the whole continent, like for Europe, they call it European League.
Yeah. So
it's all year long. You only have 2 months out of the whole year to rest. So you have to be, your athleticism has to be on the highest that can get in order for you to play soccer.
Yeah, I definitely could see. I mean, I used to always say, "Oh, I'm over here. My whole background was in football city this whole time. I'm supposed to be motivating me 3-on-3. My bad." But shout out to Hisham. See, I'm advertising with Hisham twice right now. But going back to what I was saying is soccer is definitely, I think, conditioning wise. I'm sorry. I play basketball, I play football, I play baseball. I haven't played soccer, but they have to be the most conditioned athletes I feel like out there because they constantly running for 90 minutes. There's no break.
I play basketball. You know, you don't have to move a lot. You know, it's not you don't have to move a lot, but it's a smaller court.
Yeah.
Football, you get, like he said, it's a tough sport, but you get timeouts. There is no timeouts in soccer. You have 45 minutes, and then you have 15 minutes, and you go back on the pitch. And then if you're playing a competition, and if it's a draw, you take an extra 30 minutes.
Yeah, and like, I mean...
You only have 3 subs. You only have 3 subs.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny. I see Coach DJ and Coach Leo kind of shaking their heads, but it's okay. That's why, hey, this is the part where we're going to definitely debate each other. But I'm going to let Coach DJ share his thoughts, and then we'll go into the, you know, debating the conversation. So, Coach DJ, why is basketball the most physically challenging sport?
I can't say it's the most. In high school, it gets physical after high school because then you're playing with adult men. You know what I'm saying? So then when you get to the pro level, it gets really physical. Like you have to train like you're a football player to play on that level. You feel what I'm saying? So I can't sit here and I can't debate it with the physical, you know, with football, soccer, or even baseball. Because baseball, I didn't see some regiments with baseball. And you know what I'm saying? On the physical aspect of it, I don't think basketball until you're on that professional level. And then like when he said overseas, we had 3 seasons in one, you know, so with basketball. So I understand it, but I still don't think, because I played football for a minute. Hats off.
Yeah.
I salute you. Can't do it. Soccer, tried it. Too much running. Couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Then it's cold. Then it's hot. And playing in the rain, I'm straight. I'm cool. I'm going to go inside to this gym. So that's why I said when we started off, basketball is like a lot of basketball players are prima donnas. So I can't compete and on no level with the physical attributes of the game until you're on a professional level. Because that's when you hit the 6'8", 6'9" guys, taking that pounding day in, day out. You know what I'm saying? When you get on a professional level, it's the travel, but all that is mental. So I just bow out gracefully for this one.
There you go. Moti, what are your thoughts with everybody that was sharing? I already know Moti probably going to go with football, but go ahead, Moti.
120% football, man. Like Wafi, I respect his his debate and what he said, and you know he makes sense. But football, Wafi, you're running around in pads that weigh 40, 50 pounds. Imagine like for 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever practice or a game lasts, you have those pads on. Those are 40, 50 pound pads. You know, it's exhausting. It puts a toll on your body. And then when you go to the actual game or practice, you're running with those pads. You know, football is 100% the most physical, the most damaging to your body. It's the hardest to me to play. You know, and then as far as team ball, you know, the Wafi mentioned soccer, like you're running around for 45 minutes. Sometimes you can rest on defense when the offense is, you know, they got the ball. You know, defenders stay around and they're just standing around. See, in football, you need 11 guys to run one play. 11 guys to run one play. So as far as discipline, football to me is the hardest.
Wafi, I'm going to let you rebuttal, then I'm going to let Coach Leo go off of Wafi right now. Wafi, what do you got to say about that?
Yeah, see, back then, defense used to rest. Now the whole game changed. The whole team is up and down running. You have the wingers. So there's no resting anymore. Even goalies don't even sit in the goal anymore. You can't do that. They're like, they leave their spots. Soccer, it's like I said, football, yeah, you do get tackled. Soccer, you do get tackled as well. Imagine you're running, somebody runs with the cleats, boom, hits your chest or your face or break your legs, or you know what I'm saying? You get a lot of injuries with soccer, such as ACLs, meniscus tears. You break, you know what I'm saying? It's I'm not saying it's more physical than football, but I'm saying like hitting wise, yeah, football is worse. Imagine you're running, boom, a train just come and hit you. Well, You know what I'm saying? But like running wise, stamina, I think soccer is the most sport that needs, it needs a lot of work. We used to run for 30, 40 minutes and you were like, oh, okay, I can do it in the game. In the game is different because you have to move left, right, up, down, this and that. It's a lot. It's so much that even professionals get tired. That's their job. Sometimes they be like, you know what, I can't do it anymore. It depends on the game. Football, you get timeouts, like I said. Yeah. Whenever, there's no timeouts in soccer. You just keep running. You're injured. If the player gets injured, they just carry him out to the sideline. The game continues. There's no timeouts. Yeah. Like I said, football, yeah, you have the 11 players has to run the play. Now imagine you have 22 players running after one ball from both teams, 11 and 11. It's a lot of clashes, a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of my friends went to the hospital for that. ACLs, meniscus tears, ligaments, everything.
And I'm going to say two things. Number one, something that would defend Wafi right now is that football, typically you only play one side of the ball. You play defense and then you rest until you come back on defense. I mean, I know in Cosmos, who's playing two sides of the ball, but typically that's not how it's supposed to be. And then the second thing...
Omar, all that doesn't prove my point. That what you just said, it actually just proves my point.
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead. No, I was going to say just the second thing is a stat that's not great for football and soccer, but it shows the physicality of its concussions, which is soccer and football are like in the top two when it comes to concussions because of all the physicality that's involved. But I just wanted to throw that out there. But go ahead, Coach Leo. What were you about to say?
Soccer is a physical sport, but it isn't. I don't know, man. It's laughable to say that, like, physically, like, first of all, man, I see soccer players just flopping around the field all the time. Get the hell out of here with all this, like, oh, this guy's getting hurt and all this, man. Get out of here, man. Like, there are real injuries on the football field, bro. It's literally a war out there, all right? Like, when people come out to play football, like with tryouts, like, people disappear after one day, man. I guarantee you there ain't that many people disappeared after damn soccer practice. Like, football, when you put the pads on, whatever level you at, guys have disappeared after the first day. But even when I was in college, there's guys on scholarship. Gone. Where you at? Where happened to that dude? He was here yesterday. Oh, man, he quit. Gone. He's on scholarship. He's out of here, man.
That's
they didn't kick him out. He couldn't take. He's gone. He left. He quit. He couldn't take it. We used to have in our bathroom in our college locker room, we had a thing called careers that stall. We would take your nameplate and put it on the bathroom stall after you quit. And after the end of training camp, there'd probably be like 20, 30 names on there, man. Like, guys just falling off, man. It's a physically demanding sport. I'm not taking anything away from soccer. I'm joking. I'm not taking anything away from soccer. I understand the conditioning it takes to play soccer. And basketball could be a physical sport, too. You know what I'm saying? I played basketball from a little kid all the way up through high school. Played baseball all the way up to high school. Played soccer all the way up to middle school. So I played all these sports. I didn't play soccer on a higher level than the other three. But as far as physicality, man, there's nothing that's messing with football, man. I mean, you could say, oh, the 300-pounder can't run around out there. The 300-pounder can't go out and play tennis either. You know what I'm saying? Like, what that has nothing to do with anything. You take one of these 150-pound soccer players and put them on the field, what the hell? He's going to get his ass knocked out, and he's not going to last out there. Yeah, he's hold up. I can say a cross-country runner that has all this wind capacity, and you put him on a football field, he's going to get his ass knocked out. Right? Who cares how long he can run around for? It's a physical aspect that goes along with the running that separates football from everything else.
Wafi, what were you about to say? Were you about to say something, Wafi?
No. I'm listening. I'm listening right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. Let's move on.
No, like I said, hitting wise, yeah. There's nothing more physical than, like I said, you're running and somebody just come and smack.
And hold on, one other thing, because like you guys, I feel like people sell. You said about 300 pounds. You're selling these lineman guys short. These guys are in fucking great shape. You take an NFL lineman or a college defensive lineman that's 300 pounds, man, that guy's still running like a 4.940, dude. He's a freak of nature. Yes. He's 300 pounds. There are college and pro D linemen that will beat soccer players in a fucking sprint. Like you're selling even the big guys who are playing football short. Like it's come on, man.
Hey, Wafi, hey, I know you might say no, but I'm telling you, some of those D linemen, they're really fast.
They will. Trust me.
They're fast.
Listen, I'm not. Okay, you can make a run. You could make a sprint. You can beat me on a run. But you can't beat me in 90 minutes running up and down the whole field. You can't do that.
That's a great
You will
point.
do all this.
Okay, and you also can't line up across for me and not me put you right on your fucking ass. Play after play.
I played. Listen, I have played football.
After play.
I have played football in Keyworth, and with hold on. I played football. I played football a little bit. I'm not a big fan of football. All right, you know, I mean, I like to watch it, but I don't like to play it.
You play pickup football?
Yeah.
Oh, what the?
I'm saying.
Huge difference.
Listen. Running wise, we killed them. It was a group of people came to the field and they challenged the soccer team. We
The
killed
neighborhood kids? What are you talking about?
They were high school players, and we were back in high school. They were high school players. We were back in high school.
What year you graduated from Half Chapman?
Say that again?
What year did you graduate?
09.
I mean, the football team was garbage, man. So you played against a football team. Like, what are you talking about?
Nah.
No, don't eat that. Let's not go there, man.
Hey,
No,
first-
what are you talking about?
Hey,
A football player can beat me, let's say, on a one-time run, but he cannot beat me in a 90-minute game.
hey, and those are both great points. And I love the back and forth. That's why we do it here. And, you know, we got some people laughing too. So thank you guys for that. The next question, and this is one that I knew physically, I knew where this was going to go, but I wanted to ask the question. But mentally, this is the one that I don't know where it's going to go. And I want to hear people's answers, because anybody's answer, it could be the right answer. So mentally, how does your sport mentally challenge someone the most? I'm going to start off with you, Wafi, soccer. So how does soccer challenge someone mentally the most?
See, like they said, man, you could throw a rock, but you can't kick a rock.
That's a great one.
Every sport we're debating on right now, they play with their hands. Like football, they only use their feet just to kick 4 or 5 times a game, and that's it. And they use soccer players. They use players that played soccer. Basketball, you just gotta get in forward. You just gotta know how to shoot. Soccer is different. It's played here before your feet. Kobe Bryant played soccer back when he was a kid because he came from Italy.
Yeah.
Steve Nash too. That's why they were good with their movements. Like I said, soccer mentally, like you gotta know when to run, how to shoot, how to curve the ball from outside, how to curve it inside. The speed how strong you want to kick that ball, because no matter how big is the goal, it's 7 meters wide and it's about 6 meters high, and you still cannot score. You just gotta know, like I said, you have to know how to shoot, where to kick the ball. You can kick the ball on the outside and the ball will go right. You kick it in the inside, the ball will go left. So you have to process it while you're running. You have to process the game here. You know, and like we mentioned before, it disciplines you, man. It makes you realize how tough the sport is. And like I said, it's the only sport in the entire world that we use our feet. Every other sport we use our hands.
Yeah. For sure, and those are some great points, man. We sleeping on soccer.
It's a lot easier to shoot a ball, to throw a ball. You just gotta know the techniques. But soccer, you can't shoot 60 yards and hit it in the goalpost.
I just can't wait to hear what Coach DJ had to say now, Wafi, because Coach DJ was saying. Coach DJ, talk to me. It's your turn, Coach DJ. Why does basketball mentally challenge someone the most, Coach DJ?
Basketball is 90% mental and 10% everything else. 90% mental, 10% everything else. I think of longevity. If you got basketball up here, if you know how to play that game up here, you can play late into your 40s. If you look at basketball right now, you got young guys, you got a KD, you got Kyrie, you got Harden, you got all these guys. The most dominant guy in the NBA right now, the best player in the NBA right now, is LeBron James. He's the oldest guy in the NBA. He's the smartest guy. It's not about he declined in his jump shot, not like that, and his free throws is not like that. but he's the smartest guy on the floor at all times because it's here. And then the ability to make everybody else better. So everything is on a string, on a yo-yo. So everything is here. And once you dissect everything there, like a computer, like the Matrix, you're going to make everything else go. And the proof is what he did last year. If you got a great coach not playing, but if you look at it, the coach in basketball is here, and he gets all the credit. Why? Because he's the puppet master. He's making everything go because it's all up here. I know I can't cuss at this guy because he's going to fold, but I know I can push this guy. You got to push this guy. The Bulls, 96 Bulls. It was certain things that Phil Jackson did to make that team go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all here. So with basketball, it's 90% mental. You can be 300 pounds and be a great player. Shaq, he's dominant, but Shaq was smart. It wasn't just about dunking the ball every time.
Yep.
He did his job to make everybody else better. He knew how to play the game. And you mentioned Kobe. Absolutely right. Footwork was phenomenal. Nash, footwork, phenomenal. But them were two of the smartest players on the basketball court. Smart. And if you notice, the smartest players, it's not even about the athletic guy. Because if you look at the NBA and you look at college basketball going into the NBA, these guys come in and also athletic, jumping out the gym and doing this and doing that. I won't even take it there. I'll take Leo, for example. Leo played with us. Him and Wallace was two of the smartest fucking basketball players I ever played with. Undersized all the time. They knew how to do their job, and they were smart. Not doing nothing you can't do. And kept it simple and fundamentally sound and basic. It was the best players I ever played with. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so sure. It's here. It's not about all that other cute stuff, shooting the ball. No. Anybody can score. Anybody. Yep. But then you got it up here to take over a game mentally. You know what I'm saying? Physically, some guys can do it, but it's all going to start here. Shaq couldn't do what he did without Kobe.
For sure.
Nash won the MVP. He was the smallest guy in the league. But he had it here. I'm just going to leave it with that.
All right, there you go. Coach Leo, it's your turn. Football. Why is football the most mentally challenging sport of all the sports?
Well, the physical aspect plays into the mental aspect too. But, if you want to talk about the mental aspect, man, just look at it. Have you guys ever seen the size of a football playbook? The amount of information that you have to process, the plays, it's ridiculous. DJ brought up a good point about, the older, smarter basketball players that are still playing. Vince Carter just left the league last year, man. That guy played, he was 43 years old. It's ridiculous, man. But same token, Tom Brady's still playing. Drew Brees, look how long Peyton Manning played, because they can process information so quickly. Like in the game, this is when I tell athletes, any sport, right? When you get the mental aspect, the game slows down so much because everything's moving fast motion at first. When you don't know the plays, you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, everything moves fast. When I was coaching, my main thing, I would play a kid that knew the playbook over a kid who was a better athlete who didn't know the playbook because you ain't going to be in the right spot anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have a kid in there that's at least going to be in the right spot, you know what I'm saying, because he knows what's going on. So there's so much information that you have to process with football. There's 11 guys on the field, right? Everybody has their job. All they take is one person not to do their job. On defense, it takes one guy not to do their job, and it's a touchdown. All it takes is one guy not to be in their gap, one guy to run the wrong coverage, and it's over with. One guy to miss a block on offense. You know what I'm saying? So the mental part of the game ties into the physical part of the game. You know what I'm saying? So the physicality, when you get so beat down, and as guys start getting tired, then the mental capacity starts slipping. You know what I'm saying? So like with the mental part of football, man, there's a lot that goes into it, man. Like, even on the defensive side of the ball, like when I played college and played in arena ball, I was playing outside back at DN. Even at that position, you have to know so much stuff. And then like you start off knowing your position, what you do, and then you start to want to know what everybody else in your position does. Then you want to start to know what everybody's doing on the whole defense. So you know the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot to process, man. Like when you first get to college and they give you that playbook, whoo, it's a beast. You know what I'm saying? And your head is floating, and and you're dealing with the physical aspect. You know, my first year of college, man, I'm out there getting my ass kicked. You know what I'm saying, during 2 days, man, because I'm an undersized guy playing defensive end. They moved me down to a different position I never played before. You know what I'm saying? I was running back and a safety in high school. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm getting beat down, trying to learn the playbook. You know what I'm saying? So the physical and the mental aspect is swarming in my head, man. So the physical, the mental aspect of playing football, man, is I think it's highly underrated. You know, with the strategy of playing offense and defensive football, man, there's a lot that goes into it. You know, and I've been on both sides as a player, as a coach, and breaking down film and studying tendencies and putting in your game plans, man. There's a lot that goes into that, man. The mental aspect of football ain't no joke, man.
And let me ask this quick question, because I know football definitely is one of the sport that has probably the biggest playbook out of any other sport. So how long would it take you to read, when you got that college playbook, how long did it take you to actually read and understand all the plays?
Man, it probably my first year, man, I probably didn't really understand it. And honestly, probably not till my second year of football, man, where I actually knew the defense. Okay, I know it. This is easy now. You know what I'm saying? But that first year, there's too much to learn, man. You know, that's why you see freshmen struggle playing. You know what I'm saying? Because that mental aspect jumps up so much from high school to college, and then from college to the pros, man. There's a buffer period there, man. You know what I'm saying? What you gotta adjust to, man. You know, and you know how it is. Like you know, when your last year when Coach K was coaching the offense, man, we had a big ass playbook. Like, you know, we got checks. You know what I'm saying? You're making calls at the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different ball game, man. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Moti, what are your thoughts on this topic, man? What sport do you what sport do you crown the most mentally challenging sport of them all?
Yeah, man, I think all the coaches made great points, and I think every sport does have some mental in there, in that sport, but I'm going to tell you from personal experience, like, I'm going to start off with basketball. Like, I'm not the most gifted basketball player. I'm not the most athletic, I'm not the fastest. I'm not the best shooter, but I still play at a high level to this day because of my high basketball IQ. Coach DJ Lou was talking about that. Like, literally, you have to know, how to score a basket from your point of view, or how to pass the ball, or when to pass the ball, or when to shoot. It's like so many things go, especially us, Coach DJ, when we're point guards, it's more mental for us. You know what I'm saying? You have to put the team, on your shoulders, and you have to run the show, and you have to make sure everybody's back on defense or playing defense, or the set plays you run on offense. It's so much that goes through your head, on one play, And then, but on football, to me, it is more difficult. Coach Leo brought up excellent points. This going to Wafi. Wafi, imagine you trying to play football, like your size, trying to play football. You have to be smarter than them. You have to know, Coach said that he would play somebody that knows the playbook other than over somebody that is more athletic or can run fast, whatever it is. I agree with him. Football, one play, one position, especially the quarterback, he has to know what everybody's doing. He has to know that lineman is going that way to block, or who he's blocking. That receiver is running that route. That running back is going through that hole. It's so much that goes through your mind during one play, Wafi. One play. You have to know everything that's going on. But Wafi also brought up a good point too, man. I mean, even with soccer, with all the running you do, it's easy to be tired and easy to forget your role. So soccer could be, mentally exhausting also.
Hey, I just want to say one thing, because, Moti, obviously, we didn't play soccer, myself either, and growing up out of high school, I had a bias towards the sports, but going to college, I just want to let you know, Wafi, I'm here to defend you, because I know we all seem like we're against Wafi right now. Going to college has opened up my mind to soccer, and I'm not going to lie to y'all, it made me appreciate it more, and that's why they call it the beautiful sport, and I'm starting to learn a lot more about soccer, and I'm realizing it too, and kind of leads to my next question, which is my last question, because it is the most popular sport in the world. We're biased because we're from America, you know what I mean? We're born here, we lived here, so we have this thought. But soccer, the most popular sport in this world, it's the fastest growing sport in the world. Heck, it's even growing in the U.S. slowly but surely. And what that... What'd you say, Coach DJ?
It's paid sport.
Yeah, yes. And so my next question and my last question is, if you had to pick a sport for future generations to play, what sport would it be and why? I'm gonna let Moti start this, and then because I don't want him to hear y'all opinions, I'm gonna let him go with his own opinion. And then
yeah, man. Because every time they talk, they still what's in my head. But nah, man. Like me, I have 2 boys, man. I got 2 boys, and I was always, before I had kids, I was always the the guy that said, when I have kids, man, they're going to play football, they're going to play basketball, they're going to play all the sports, I'm going to train them, I'm going to do that. But after going through some experiences, man, I still have bruises, I still have ligaments broken from football till this day, on my body. So I definitely won't choose football, man. I would definitely lean towards basketball, baseball, or soccer. My kids right now, they like soccer, and basketball. And, so those are two sports mainly, or baseball, that I would kind of like lean, towards them playing, because football is just too physical, man. And then, I'm just one of them dads, man. Like I'm just soft towards my kids for some reason. I don't want to see them ever get hurt. So I would definitely go, towards the basketball, soccer.
Coach DJ, go ahead. You next, Coach DJ. What are your thoughts, man?
I always got to throw a monkey wrench in the conversation. So my question is, are we saying it just from the demographic of your background, or just in general, or my kids?
Let's go. Let's see. Hold on. If you had to pick a sport of future generations to play, what sport would it be and why? Let's just say your kids. Your kids.
I'm going to think outside the box. So everybody expect my kids to play basketball. I don't want them to play basketball, honestly, because I don't know, with this generation, I don't think they can handle that pressure. These kids in this generation can't handle this pressure, because my younger brother couldn't handle the pressure, from playing under me, coming up after me and playing to my name. He couldn't handle it. I know they can't handle it. So I just try to shake things up. I want you to play baseball, soccer, any sport that you don't see somebody to look like you playing. That's what I want you to do. You know what I'm saying? And then the longevity of the sport. You feel what I'm saying? So go play soccer. You get a lot of money playing soccer, for real. And that's what I tell them. You get a lot of money playing soccer. Go play baseball. You know what I'm saying? You don't see too many of us out there playing baseball. Don't try to make some noise in baseball. But you tell a kid that, like, that's like me telling Leo's son, hey, come hoop and don't play football. What? Do you know who my daddy is? You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for us to do it. Like, I've been trying to tell him not to hoop. He don't care. He's hooping. So, but me personally, I tell him, go play something else. Play everything and see which one you're good at and take off with it. But no, I want to hoop. I'm straight. So.
It's understandable. I mean, it's in the bloodline, man. It's in the bloodline. Coach Leo, what's your answer to what sport would you tell future generations to play and why?
So I got 2 kids. I got a 9-year-old son, 7-year-old girl, and so same thing with both of them. Like, my kids don't do all this and that, and for the most part they have. Like my son, I put him in everything, right? He's played football, basketball, soccer, track, wrestling. He's tried a bunch of different stuff, man. So right now he's kind of settled into football, basketball, and track. You know what I'm saying? I tried to push him towards baseball. He didn't really like it that much. You know what I'm saying? I played baseball. I tried to push him towards soccer. My daughter plays soccer. She likes soccer. But he especially football, man. He actually might like basketball better than football now, DJ. But I'm trying to get him over there with DJ, man. I'm waiting on that call, man. To get him over there to the program and stuff. But so it's like, I don't want to push him. I didn't want to push him towards football. I wanted him to find it himself, which he kind of did. And like he's very self-motivated, man. So like and then he played his first year of tackle football last year, and I was kind of iffy if I was going to let him play tackle football, because I didn't know if he was ready. So I gave him a bunch of stuff I wanted him to do in the off season, And if you do it, you know what I'm saying, I'll let you play. You know, so I signed him up for Michigan Elite, these other programs. And he went to all these camps, and he was going every week. And, I mean, like, he begged me to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not pushing him out the door to go. So he's a very self-motivated kid, you know, as far as playing hooping and playing football and stuff, man. So, like, honestly, if I had to pick one of the sports for him to play, I'd probably say basketball. You know what I mean? Less physically taxing on him. You know what I'm saying? Football is a dangerous sport. You know, I do worry about him playing football. You know what I'm saying? I would love for him to play soccer. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not going back and forth about the soccer, man, but I'm actually a soccer fan, man. So I would love for him to play soccer. I would love for him to play baseball. I was actually disappointed when he didn't want to really play no more. You know, he'd rather run track. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's kind of an assault on football now with, you know, the concussions and stuff like that. And, you know, some of it's overblown, but some of it is, you know, very valid. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's just, go back to physicality, man. It's not an easy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So you know, honestly, I think his future, athletic-wise, is either going to be in football or basketball. You know what I'm saying? I tell him as a basketball player, you know what I'm saying, as me coming up, like, first of all, I haven't grown an inch since I was in 7th grade, bro. I've been the same height since 7th grade, so I thought I was going to be like 6'5", 6'6". I'm always a tall kid. Growing up, I always played center. You know, so I never had guard skills, nothing like that, man. So I told my son, like, look, man, most of the basketball teams he's on now, he's a tall kid. Nah, bro, you play point guard, bro, because you probably not gonna grow no more, man. So, hey, you end up being 6'10", and you just gonna be Anthony Davis then. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have some skill. You know what I'm saying? But you need to learn how to dribble and shoot the ball, man. We're not gonna, you know, have you out playing the 5 at the center spot, man. We're gonna get you some skills and stuff, man. But
Sure.
You know, I'm just letting them do what they do, man. You know, I think that, you know, let the kids choose where they go. I'm not trying to have them specialize in nothing, man. I like to play. I was a 3-sport guy. You know what I'm saying? I was all my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I was pretty good, you know, at all 3. You know what I'm saying? With some championships. You know, me and DJ hung some banners too, man. You know. So
all day. All day.
What's that?
No, I said all day for sure.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? They can't.
Hey, but going.
The fans need to know that we got some legends in the building. Like they just, you know, they're gonna have to do their own research.
Hey, DJ's a legend, bro. DJ, like my DJ senior year when I was a junior, he's a year older than me, man. That we undefeated in the conference. The closest conference game we played that year was like 25 points. That was the least.
That's crazy.
And we beat the hell out of everybody. Man. We had a real skillful team, a real smart team. You know what I'm saying? And like me, man, I was probably the tallest dude on the team. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we run out there 3-4 guard lineup, pressing full court all game, just blowing people out the gym, man. People couldn't even get the ball past that court on us, man. So
Coach DJ needs to let his kids watch some old tape of him and you guys when y'all used to play, man, just so they know what's up, man. Sometimes they need.
They don't understand. Like that's another subject.
hey DJ, but this is. I'll tell you one thing, man. I think what's lacking right now is the competitiveness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like when we would play, even pick up ball. I mean, DJ been in almost plenty of fist fights. You know what I'm saying? And we boys, we friends. You know what I'm saying? But when you playing against each other, you playing a pickup game in the alley. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. I want to win this game. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And then like. I find like some of the kids that I've coached over time don't have that same competitiveness. Like, look, man, come on, man. Like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? We be at practice and they having a tackling drill, they don't want to tackle their boy. I'm like, what? You don't want to tackle what you talking about? You don't tackle your friend? You know what I'm saying? Me and Wallace just light each other ass up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't wait to hit Wallace's ass and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a different, kind of different ball game, man, to get that real, a lot of buddy ball. Even though you talk about the NBA now, it's more buddy ball now. You know what I'm saying? Than it was before. So, man, I think we're kind of missing that competitiveness right now. For sure.
Wafi, I'm going to dish it to you. What sport would you have future generations basically want? What sport would you want them to play and why?
Most definitely soccer, man. It's not because I like football and I like basketball. I play basketball more, a lot. But, I have a 3-year-old son, man. I'm already putting him on keywords, man. I bought him a soccer ball when he was 2.
Yeah.
But, see, the thing is, especially in America, like football, basketball, baseball, you cannot become a pro unless you go to college. Right? I mean,
that's true.
For basketball, football, you can go through, like, neighborhoods in Detroit or anywhere you could grab some legend just playing on the streets, but they can't be pros because they can't go to college. Now, on the other hand, soccer, especially in Europe, South America, anywhere outside the U.S., they don't care if you're even deaf. They don't care if you don't know how to even spell your name. You have some talent. You can play. Get it on field. Here's a contract. For instance, I'm sure you guys have heard of Messi, right?
Yeah.
The guy had he had problem with his hormones. He had a problem growing up. He was short. Look at him now. His mom used to clean houses just to give him medicine, just to cover his medicine costs. Now he makes about 120 million a year. Ronaldo, he used to clean the streets for money. Now he is the first soccer player to reach $1 billion. You know what I mean? There is more chances for you to become a soccer player not in America, outside America, than playing basketball or football. Like I said, you don't have to go to college. You don't have to go to high school. You don't have to. You know how to play. Like most of these players came from the streets.
Yeah.
Pele, the legend of soccer, used to get boxes and used to get garbage bags and put them inside each other and make a soccer ball and kick it. Now he is the best player of all time.
Yeah.
Football, like, okay, let's say I want my son to play basketball. Now he has to go to college and the top universities. He can't just go to a regular university. He has to go to the top, most competitive, university to play in. While in soccer, you don't have to. You really don't have to. And like he said, they get paid a lot of money for, basketball, football. If something happened, because we're, where we came from. If something happens and you have to leave the country for any reason, let's say you want to go back to your country, just you want to go back and live there, you can't play basketball. Your career is over. You can't play football. Your career is over. Soccer, you can play. You can go to Europe. You can play it. You can go to Asia. You can play South America. There is, in England alone, there's like 20 leagues. So it's always there. But like my son, I'm forcing him to play soccer. He has no choice. I'm just waiting for this pandemic. Like I said, he just turned 3. I'm just waiting for this pandemic to be over. I signed him for Liverpool International Academy. He's 3. He's not gonna learn anything. He's wanting to get involved in the game.
Yeah.
I have big plans for him when he turns 7. Go ahead.
I want you to.
Hey, Wafi, man, don't keep forcing him soccer. Then he's gonna put you in a nursing home.
No, I'm not forcing him, but I'm forcing him by giving him soccer uniforms. I let him watch soccer clips. Just to get him involved. I take him to the soccer field. He starts running up and down the fild.
Yo, Wafi, all I gotta say is I love what you're doing, man. Because it starts like that, the young age, and get it going.
It's very good.
Coach DJ, what were you about to say, Coach DJ?
In Europe, it's probably another debate, but in Europe, it's kind of crazy because when I was over there was a kid that was 15 years old. He played on my team. He was a pro at 15. And I got paid X amount of dollars to let him follow me everywhere I go. Anytime I hit the gym, I had to ring him like I'm in the gym or shoot him a text on the mobile like I'm in the gym. Anytime I went to the gym, 2 in the morning, he got to be there. So now when I go, talk to the club or whatever I was playing for, he's the man. He is the man over there in Ireland. But it's like, that's why I say this mental stuff with basketball is kind of crazy because I just taught this kid 5 years straight when I was over there for 8 months. He trailed me and I taught him everything I knew for X amount of dollars. Now he's the man over there. And he might be going to the league in a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you can go pro at 15, still go to high school, still go to college, and still can play pro. So you're playing pro in Europe at 15 to 18, then you can go to the league or go to college here. It's like, it's a different game. It's a different beat.
Yes, one thing. There's a player. His name is Kylian Mbappe. He plays for PSG. Imagine this guy right now. He is worth 100. If let's say if a club wants to buy him, he's worth $180 million. Now, when he became a pro, imagine he finishes his class in high school and go play a professional game. One of the biggest clubs in the world. A year later, you had 18. You won the World Cup. Here you can't do that. What if my son grows up, he's not about school? Boom, his sport career is over. Because he has to go to college now. Okay, he does not want to go to college. What is he going to do? Now he's going to be a bum in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, his sport is over with. But like he said, in Europe, you would be surprised. Like, the youngest player to ever play in the Champions League, he was 16. That's a world record. 16 years in 2 months. Or no, 16 years in 2 months. Or like 28 days. And you're getting paid millions. He goes home on a taxi cab, on a cab. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, there is more future-wise, there is more in soccer than, I'm talking about Europe-wise. Now, here in America, if you want to play soccer, you have to pay a lot of money out of your pocket. You have to pay a lot of money. Even if you want to go to Europe from here, you have to pay a lot of money. But once you get there, then you're all set.
You're good.
Yeah, and a great point that you brought up before, and that's a great one, is there's so many more leagues in soccer than there is in the other sports. With Europe, it's the biggest sport there. So, like, the money is all in soccer. In Asia, the biggest sport there, and these different countries. In USA, it's really only the US where soccer is probably not a top 2 or 3 sport. But even in the US, there's still money there for you to make in the United States.
Yeah, now one thing. Now in the U.S. started getting bigger because there's like 6 or 7 players in the national team that plays in Europe, like top leagues.
Yeah.
And World Cup 2026 is in America.
Yeah.
So, and then I think it's in like 13 states or 13 cities. It's between Canada, U.S., and Mexico. So hopefully that kind of brings the sport up. Because when I first got to this country, they used to call it a women's sport. They used to call it girl sport. But now, because like I said, just because they have the World Cup, I think the World Cup finals 2014, about 1 billion people watched it. So now it's getting worldwide, but it's getting bigger in the U.S. Hopefully it gets bigger by it's because we need it. We need it for option. But once again, you have to go to college.
Well, guys, I just want to say, first of all, this has been a great conversation. And then, believe it or not, guys, it's been over an hour. The time, how fast time flew by. And I do want to just quickly give you guys a last final statement. I don't want you guys to go just like that. So I'm going to start off with Coach Leo. Coach Leo, what's your final statement that you want to say? It could be anything about anything going on in the world, or just what we talked about. Anything you want, Coach Leo.
Well, first of all, I want to say, I'm happy to be on the panel, man. I respect all the sports, man. Like I said, I'm a soccer fan. I'm a big Hoops fan. You know what I'm saying? DJ, the former teammate of mine, I'm a big supporter of what he's doing over there, man. I'm always a big supporter of Mo T and Omar, two guys I coached back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Next time I'm on the show, I'm gonna tell you a funny story about Mo T. It needs to be heard.
Yeah.
And you know what the best part of this whole thing was?
Yeah.
Dave Farber didn't show up, man. That's the best part of this.
There you go.
On the show. It made it a much better show that he wasn't here.
Exactly. He's definitely gonna hear it from me. I can tell you that after the show ends. But I'm gonna go ahead, Coach DJ. You want to have a closing statement?
I'm just happy to see all Hamtramck guys together on one line, talking about Hamtramck and getting the history of, because a lot of people don't know about the history of Hamtramck, and And I tell all the kids and parents when I talk to them, if it wasn't for Hamtramck, I don't think I would have made it socially, professionally in what I was doing in playing the sport of basketball. And people just don't understand. We are players that converted to coaches, and we'll die for our sport. And the love that we have for this sport, we're going to teach your kid with that same emotion, passion, and love. And it's a family. This is all family. And it's just good to have all our Hamtramck people on here talking about this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And they can see that this is different. And then it's different generations of Hamtramck sports and you know the community. So that's my closest thing. I'm just happy to be around a great community of men that have one common goal, and is getting kids great. And like all of us are family men. All of us have our kids. We're in our kids' lives. And like it's just a beautiful thing to see. And the different walks of a life that's on this screen as well. So we come together as a unit. It's not just one, it's a unit of all different flavors. You feel me? So
For sure.
you know, that's my last word.
For sure. I agree with that 100%. Wafi, you want to have anything you want to add, close out with?
Yeah, man. Once again, it was an honor, having me here with these, with these legends. I did not. Hey, I thought I was gonna come here and just debate with not professional, players. But my man played in Ireland. The football coach is a legend as well. Moti as well. I used to watch him a lot when he used to play football back in high school. But yeah, man, it's just I respect all sports. We can agree on something and disagree on something, but at the end of the day, you have to, sportsmanship comes first. You know what I mean? And I hope everything works out. Like he said, it's a great thing to be all together, just talking about Hamtramck, which is, as you guys know, Hamtramck is a small city, and all we have is that little area that has, baseball, football, which is Keyworth, which is, bring us all together. I mean, sports is literally the only thing in the world that unites everybody from different cultures, different backgrounds, different I mean, that we don't, when you step in to play soccer, football, basketball, we don't ask you, where you came from, or, are you rich, are you poor? I think just me, myself, being on the soccer field with different ethnicities, different cultures, it's just a great thing. You learn more and you grow bigger and better. Thanks again.
There you go, Moti. You want to finish us off? Last final statement?
Yeah, for sure, man. It's definitely an honor and pleasure being on this panel with great guys. Everybody defending their sport respectfully. Definitely, Wafi surprised me defending soccer. The guy has so much knowledge, and just hearing him today, definitely gonna have me catch a few games that he coaches, because he definitely knows what he's talking about.
Hey, you said respectfully. I thought Coach Leo had a vein pop out when he was talking about soccer for a second. It was starting to pop out.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
No, but hey, thank you guys again. I appreciate it. We're going to have to do this again, maybe even next week. Coach DJ was talking about a great topic, and I'll personally talk to you guys about it if y'all down. Like I said, we can even add a few more people. I don't mind it. It's fun to have everybody here. Thanks again, fellas. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys another time. And everyone that's watching, another debate night on Motivate Me 313. I'll see you guys later. Peace, everybody.
Thank you, man.